Hi, I'm Mark Sewell from SkiVisions, and today we're going to repair or core shot. I've been making base repair ribbons since sometime in the 80s. And these are the two ribbons I make right now, black and clear. They're sold in 1 foot lengths, and these are the toughest repair ribbon. This is the toughest repair ribbon you can make. This is very close to the hardness of your original centered base. No repair material comes close to us in its toughness. But what makes it particularly important is how gummy it is. This stuff, when it's melted, is incredibly gummy and sticks to everything. And so that's what really makes it valuable and will bond in your really ugly repairs. This ribbon needs to be worked at 550 to 600 degrees. No hotter, no colder. Over 600 degrees in doing repair, base repair, is an incredible risk. And the reason why is because fluorocarbons vaporize at 600 degrees or slightly above it. Vaporized fluorocarbon creates fluorine vapor, and it is incredibly dangerous to your lung tissue. It will chew lung tissue far more than smoking, make smoking look like child's toys in comparison to the damage that fluorine vapor can do. And so, one, you don't want to use more than 600 degrees when doing base repair. And two, you have to raise the question whether you want to do fluorocarbon waxes at all. It's actually the reason why I stopped making waxes. I just got too nervous with the fluorine vapor because I couldn't find a way to truly safely control it. Okay, here's a core shot. You know, it's hard to really capture the size of things like this in a video, but let me tell you what it is. It's about 2.5 inches long and it's a 1/4 inch wide. So this gets about as big as core shots normally become. Now, I'm not going to show you the tedium of cleaning this out, but let me just put it this way. You can use box cutters, you can use razor blades or whatever, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to get nice clean lines on the outside edges so you can make a good bond with a repair ribbon, and you want to make sure this base area is also clean so you have a really good surface that you're going to be making your bond with. This needs to be clean. It needs to be well organized, and it's super easy to do. You can use a box cutter, a razor blade, and I use a little flat-bladed screwdriver to scrape out the base of it so I can get down to the core materials. And you got to get all the dirt out. So clean out is step one. Now remember, PTEX only wants to bond to itself. It doesn't want to bond to anything else. And therefore, if we do a straight PTEX repair, it only wants to bond to these edges of the black base. It doesn't want to bond to this middle edge, and it doesn't want to bond to this core material. It only wants to bond to this exterior edge. And so we've got to cheat this. We got to fool it, so to speak. And that's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to glue in a little real fine piece of cotton or linen or something down in this section. And then we're going to start filling this off this cotton piece. And what we're doing is we're going to impregnate that cotton piece with polyethylene or PTEX, and we start to fill it. When we do that, the PTEX bonds, it impregnates into that cotton and attaches it to it very strongly. Now we've got PTEX bonding to PTEX because we start building it off that base, and we will make base repair that a big core shot like this will never come out in the remaining life of the ski because we bonded PTEX to PTEX all the way around, and we don't worry about bonding to the metal because we bonded this to right next to the metal. Now our PTEX will bond to the metal slightly and will actually bond to this metal, but it only bonds to the metal because it's bonded to the base, and there's not enough stress in this metal edge section to break that bond. So this will actually end up to be bonded all the way around the corners. It'll be bonded to the metal and it'll be bonded in this base. Now, this is going to start becoming pathetically simple. I cut out a piece of, this is actually an old linen handkerchief. You're going to use cotton, old cotton handkerchief, something old. You want it to be thin. You don't want it to be too thick because you've got to fill this under the surface of the base, and you got to leave some work room. But just a thin, this is just a thin old cotton hanky, and you cut it so that it's oversized to your repair piece. And so this is oversized and this works great. Now you just use something like household Duco cement. Don't get fancy with the glue. Don't use 2-part cements. You might react with the core and melt something. Just put a little of this Duco cement in the base and spread it around with this little screwdriver or some flat-bladed something so that you get that Duco cement down into the base of the repair. You just want to fill that area. And then you take your cotton or linen or whatever, lay it over, and now you just want to fill in that so you filled in all the repair area. It's hard to catch this on video, but you can see where that. So now you can see the glue is cured and it's bonded to the bottom of the damaged area. And now all we have to do is trim out this cloth. So I just use like a box cutter or a razor blade or something, and I trim it along the edge. And I come out and I trim it along the wall where the repair has occurred. And I just start pulling away the cotton or the linen. So I'll do the box cutter trim out, and then I usually maybe take a base flattener and I'll run over it because I want to make sure I don't have any of that fabric on the surface of the base. That I've only got fabric down inside where we're trying to do the repair. So you end up with something like this, where you've got material bonded all the way into the core of that damaged area, and this material, when I start filling this with P-Tex, will act just like P-Tex. As soon as it impregnates into this material, it becomes like P-Tex, and this thing will bond out great. So let's do that. Okay, now things get pretty darn easy. First, when I'm doing base repair, I always keep a Scotch-Brite pad right there. I am constantly cleaning my iron so I don't have any trash left on it. Now, all you do is come in with your iron and base repair material. You start bonding it down into that fabric. And it's really easy to do. Okay, I now have a overfilled area. I'll do a little smooth off here, but this is now overfilled. That repair section is completely filled in. So now I have to plane off the excess P-Tex, and I use that, I use the file base flattener first. Really soft. And you just start motoring through. And what the file base flattener does is, I hope you can see it, it starts taking this off. It cuts through with, you can see the lines, the files of the lines. And remember, this P-Tex I make is really tough. So it's going to take you a minute to motor through it, but you can see I'm just starting to remove it as we go. And it'll take me a minute or two to get through all of that.